Canada is a mainstream tourist attraction. As the largest nation in North of America, Canada is a vast land incorporating magnificent mountains, breathtaking coastlines, virgin timberlands, Arctic tundra and roomy prairies. While a large part of the country is of British and French plummet, Canada is homestead to a mosaic of multicultural communities. Below is a review of the best cities to visit in Canada. The largest town in Alberta is found between the Canadian prairies and the foothills of the Canadian Rockies. After oil had been found close by in the mid-1900s, Calgary became what is nowadays one of Canada's largest metropolitan areas, pulling in thousands consistently to its world-renowned rodeo moment, the Calgary Stampede. It is Old West Festival held more than 10 days in July with rodeos, competitions, throw wagon races, parades, crafts, and sustenance. Situated at the conjunction of the Ottawa, Gatineau, and Rideau streams in southeastern Ontario, Ottawa, which is a capital of Canada. As the country's capital, it is a home to numerous financial, business and elected foundations including Parliament Hill. The administration situates where the formal changing of the guard happens day by day amid the summer. Running directly through the core of the city, the Rideau Canal is Ottawa's star fascination. In winter the canal turns into the world's biggest ice skating ring. On account of 2 or 3 stupendous mountains called Whistler and Blackcomb, the Whistler Resort is the biggest and most popular snow-capped ski goal in North America. Situated in the coastal hills of British Columbia, Whistler, a 2-hour trip from Vancouver adjacent Canada's very scenic drive, the Sea to Sky Highway. Near the base of the 2 mountains are 3 quaint villages, Creekside, Whistler Village, and Upper Village. Peak-to-peak gondola moves visitors from the villages to the hills. Vancouver Island, named after the British explorer George Vancouver, is the biggest island off the west coast of the North American continent. Situated opposite Washington state, it is open by ferry through the San Juan Islands from Anacortes, from Vancouver or Port Angeles on the state's Olympic Peninsula, on terrain British Columbia. Vancouver Island is well known for the quaint city of Victoria, the stunning Butchart Gardens, the surf town of Tofino, where one can get a ferry to Prince Rupert, and the wild in the north and another to Alaska from that point. Quebec City might be the capital of the Quebec area in eastern Canada. However, its French legacy, design, and dialect make it seem more like an enchanting European village. Roasted on a slope sitting on top of the St. Lawrence River is View Quebec, the city's architecturally significant area. A stroll along the cobblestone boulevards of the Old City offers experiences with attractions like the Citadel and the Place Royale, the range where explorer Samuel de Champlain set up the principal North American French settlement. The city's symbol, the staggering Chateau Frontenac, is seen as the most requested lodging in North America and provides visits even without an overnight remain. The capital of Ontario, Toronto is the most populated city in Canada and additionally one of the biggest cities in North America. With an expansive number of ethnic areas like Chinatown, Little India, and Little Italy, Toronto is likewise one of the world's most socially diverse cities. The city's principal tourist draws extend from great landmarks, for example, the iconic CN Tower and the children's story Castle of Cosaloma. Also, the Toronto Islands are a famous goal with beaches and open-air exercises. The second largest and famous city in Canada after Toronto and Montreal is the social and financial capital of the Quebec region. Bragging the biggest French-speaking group outside of Paris, France, Montreal is a clamoring metropolis contained a downtown area, a noteworthy quarter, stimulation locale and a few particular neighborhoods. Montreal's principal sites incorporate downtown skyscrapers like the Olympic Tower, the noteworthy structures of Old Montreal, and a few family attractions like the theme and water parks. Niagara Falls is a progression of 3 sensational waterfalls arranged on the street of Canada's Ontario and the U.S. New York. Ontario's side of the falls is known as Horseshoe Falls and provides the best perspectives and attractions. The Smart Zone encompassing the falls is a leading tourist spot abounding in perception towers, eateries, keepsake shops, casinos and tall structure hotels. One of the greatest places to see the Niagara Falls on Ontario side is from Queen Victoria Park, that the falls are lit up, and fireworks are shown daily amid the summer. Situated in the region of Alberta, the Banff National Park, Canada's first national park, as well as one of the country's largest and most visited to national parks. The park's stunning view and wildlife draw numerous tourists consistently along the Trans-Canada Highway, which goes through the park. Banff National Park's huge grouping of wildlife incorporates mammals like mountain bears, black bears, bison, moose, wolves, bighorn sheep, and bald eagles. Arranged between the Pacific Ocean and the Coast Mountains in British Columbia, and is favored for its glorious landscapes that present a characteristic playground where visitors can swim in the ocean, rollerblade through cool scenic parks and snow ski on the mountains across the board day. The third biggest metropolitan territory in the nation, Vancouver is a standout amongst the most prevalent cities to visit in Canada. Vancouver's fascination is Stanley Park, which covers a gigantic territory of woodlands, gardens and green spaces. A portion of the city's other best locales incorporates Granville Island's surprising nourishment market and Chinatown's lively cluster of shops.